Hi, I'm Victor. Welcome to my Victor Phillips channel. Okay, this topic to talk the best protein. Okay, before to say that, because I consume a lot of time to learn about the Adobe Premiere Pro and the AI to solve the Chinese English caption, as well as the to produce every day I have the one topic about the music video of the nature. Consume too many times and cause a delay. Okay, now we turn to this topic to the best protein. Okay, the protein is very important because before I mentioned about the muscle is a protein. Protein is a muscle. That means protein is very important. And then protein, the basic element for the protein, the basic composition is about the amino acid. Amino acid have the two kinds. One is complete, the other is incomplete. We have the 21 kinds of the amino acid. Only nine kinds of amino acid cannot produce by yourself. You must get from the outside. Just only the 12 can be produced by yourself. Okay, what is the importance of the protein? If you have this protein, you can against the virus, such as right now the Omicron. The Omicron epidemic now is very serious. And then if you increase your immune function and have the very good immune molecule, you must have the protein, sufficient protein to get good resistance to resist this virus. Okay, and then to the other concern about the loss weight. Once again, to remind you loss weight. If you want to lose weight, you must have the sufficient protein based on the four sides. The first side, you will get satiety, you will get full, you get enough protein. Not like the fat guy, they will feel very hungry, they will eat more, then you will get fat. Okay, get more protein to replace. Second, to stabilize the insulin. If you can get more protein, that means you can stabilize your insulin, and then you will not store any fat. Okay, the third is about the edema. If someone you will see this edema, you will wow, very fat, etc. That's only water. Why? Because you lack the protein. If you lack the protein, and then plasma inside the blood, blood vessel tube, and then they are very hard to control the water go outside. If you have sufficient protein, the muscle, the plasma can have the sufficient power to get the water, will not go outside your blood vessel tube, then you will not get the edema. That means why you need the protein. Okay, the fourth side, metabolism. If you have the very good metabolism for a muscle man, for a weight trainer man, they will get very good muscle. And then if they have the good muscle, even they lie down and take a rest, they consume more energy relative to the fat guy. Even they are moving. That means I say muscle and fat cannot coexist at the same time, cannot exist at the same time, cannot coexist. That means why either you have the muscle, the protein, or the fat. Either you can select. I recommend to select the protein, the muscle. Okay. Now, once again to remind you, the energy level we have three kinds. One is the protein, the second is about the fat, the third is about carbohydrate. Remind you once again, protein is about 15 to 30% the distribution of the energy level, and the fat is about 30%, and the carbohydrate is about 15 over 55, but only the protein is good for you. It is very good health for you. That means why protein even have the 15 to 30% is very important for you. Okay, now the protein the two kinds of protein. You can refer this diagram. The left side is about the plant protein. The right side is about the animal protein. They are the two two kinds. Okay, how to compare? It's very simple. We just according to the three signs. And for the cholesterol, palm do not have the cholesterol, very good. But animal protein have the cholesterol, very high cholesterol and some fat. And then they will I will talk more to compare. Okay, based on now to talk how to choose, how to select, why, and say why is the best protein. Okay, the best protein we are called is according to the three index. The first index is about the composition. The second is about the digestibility. The third is about the complete amino acid, complete or incomplete amino acid. Okay, based on these three index. Okay, now refer to this diagram to show the comparison. The left side of the about the plant protein, and the right side is about the for the animal protein. Okay, you can see from the left side of the plant protein, the composition is very low, just only some percent under 40%, except the soybean. Soybean you can see is about 40%, very high for you. It's about the 40%. Okay, and then this is composition. And from the other side, you can from the right side of the animal protein, you can know the composition is in average is higher than the plant protein. Animal protein always over the 20%. Okay, in average the composition, animal protein is the best, is better, and then the best is the plant protein. For the special case, the soybean, I say just say special case for the plant protein. Okay, and then now to the second index about the digestibility. Okay, this from the other this diagram you can see the animal protein always have the very high the digestibility. For example, the meat, the beef, chicken, milk, and egg also have the for the chicken about 92 to 94%, and for the milk is about 97 to 98, and the egg is about 98% digestibility, very high. That means in average, animal protein is very high digestibility. And then you can see from this one to show the plant protein is very low digestibility, even less than 80%. And then except the special case, once again, the special case about the soybean is about 92%, very high. Okay, now we refer to the third index about the complete amino acid. Okay, you can refer this diagram to show that amino acid can have very good complete for the animal. For the animal, it's quite close or even, except the complete amino acid. They will not lack any amino acid, or they have complete, not like the plant protein. Plant protein always has the incomplete amino acid, except special case. The special case is about the soybean. This is soybean. Later I will say why they will become the first number one. Okay, now how to compare to justify what kind of food or the thing is the best protein. Okay, according to China, Taiwan, and the outside Western side, they were according to the standard. The standard before to say is the PDCAAS. This is old standard. Good standard. The update standard is about DIAAS. These two standards just to justify the score of the amino acid. How many kind of amino acid? The score. If a high score, that means a very good amino acid. That means very good protein. Okay, this standard. Okay, we are calling. And then from the China side, they will have the top 10 according to this DIS. of the number one is about the egg, and then from the Taiwan side, the number one is about the soybean, and the number two is about the egg. And from the USA, they may be vegetarian. Over 20 kinds of all are the plant protein. Okay, conclude this three kind of three side. I just to conclude to suit Hong Kong people. I most recommend the number one is about the soybean. Okay, and then now I will take a diagram or the photo or the diagram to show that how to compare based on what priority. I will use the priority have the without the egg, without the legs, and then have the 2 legs, and follow the 4 legs. Okay, the top 5 have the low legs. What top 5? The number 1 is about soybean. Second is about the egg. Third is about the meal. The fourth is about the fish. This fifth is about the shrimp. The shrimp. Okay, now this is the low egg, and then the sixth and the second, and the sixth and the seventh is about the 2 legs. It's the chicken and duck, and then follow the egg number 9 and number 10 is about the 4 legs. For example, the cow, the sheep, and the pig. that means mutton. That means beef, but mutton, and then the pork. Okay. Now to talk the 10. Yes, number 1, soybean. Soybean, why is the most best protein? Because they have the very quite close human being the amino acid, and then they have the amino acid such as lysine, and then they have the unsaturated fat. They have the calcium, potassium, and vitamin E, and the composition about 40%, and also the 100 gram have the 33 gram mass. Okay, and then they the salt also have the isoflavones, and then the palm sterols, and also the soybean oligosaccharides, oligosaccharides. Okay, they have this very good, and then the soybean have the 3 kinds. They have the bad bean and the green bean. These 3 kinds. That means why I say he is the number 1 because every Hong Kong people like to eat meat. Try to eat the number 1 is the plant protein. Okay, second is about the egg. Egg is about just only 6 gram protein per 100 gram, and the digestive is about the composition is about 30%, 13, not 30, 13%. Excuse me. And then they have the quite close complete amino acid, and also easy to absorb. The very good digestibility. I say the highest 98% digestibility, and so have the vitamin, and also there are minerals such as the iron, magnesium, and the calcium, which is very good for you. Okay, now to the third time is about the meal. Meal, the composition is very, very low, just only 3%, because they exist in terms of water. This is a very good advantage. You can very easy to absorb because protein is water make. Before I already said it, and then they are very high digestibility, about 95%. It's very, very high. 97 to 98% is very good digestibility, and also they are very they have the 8 kinds of the complete amino acid. Before I say that 9 kinds cannot produce. They have already 8 kinds, just only lack 1 kind. It's very high. And also they have the B1 and vitamin B1 and B2, and the mineral calcium, very good for your skeleton, bone, and the 2 and the T, and then easy to absorb, and then easy to sleep. when you before sleeping, when you drink a meal, you can feel sleepy, easy to sleep, low insomnia, and then for the lady, good skin is very good for skin appearance. Okay, now to talk about the fourth, about the fish. The fish have the composition is about 15 to 22%, and then the 20 gram per 100 gram, and also they have the vitamin, all vitamin and amino acid very quite close, and then they have the two kind of the amino acid, the lecithin and the lecithin. The two kind of the lecithin and the leucine, two kind of amino acid, and then they are omega-3 and unsaturated fat is very good for omega-3, is good for your brain. Okay, and then to the four kinds of the shrimp. The shrimp is very good for if you want to lose weight, if you want to get slim, because the calorie is very low. It's only 93 calories, and then they have the magnesium. It's very good for you, easy to absorb, and also they have also vitamin A and B1, and for the shrimp, the A and B1 is very good. Now this finish all five kinds without the legs. Okay, the 6th and the 7th is about the leg of 2 legs. Okay, now the 6th is about the chicken, especially the chicken breast. Chicken breast is very good for your gym, to the weight training. It's exactly the complete amino acid, and then this chicken breast also has the copper, iron, and the B group. Once again, all kind of B group they occupy. That means why I say it's very good for gym. And then also have the unsaturated fat, also have the minerals such as the copper and iron. It's very good for gym weight training. Okay, the 7th is about the duck. Duck also have the same characteristic of the chicken. Chicken breast, all kind of chicken breast even exists in the duck. And also the duck is the most important. It's about very good, delicious, very good smell, good taste, very good taste, very high delicious. It's very delicious. And also as well as the B group, all B group, and then they're very rich about the potassium, the mineral. It's about the potassium. It's about 300 grams. Even every day we need, for example, 3,000 grams. Then they can produce 300 grams, nearly 10%. Very important for you. Okay. And then now to the 8 kind. From the 8 to the 10, number 10 is about 4 legs. Okay. The number 8 is about the lean beef. Once again, lean beef, not just only beef, and the lean beef. And then the lean beef have the composition about 20%. They have about the mass of per 100 grams about 21 grams, and then they will low fat, and also the amino acid, just like the chicken breast is quite close to the human being, and they also have the potassium and the B group. They have the potassium, and then magnesium is very good for you, especially for the training, for the weight training, muscle training. Okay, now to the number 9. Number 9 is lean mutton. The lean mutton. Maybe someone do not like the taste of the mutton. I just say as simple as possible. They have the 20% composition, and then have the 24 grams of the mass per 100 grams, and then they are very rich amino acid, about 40%, very high. 40% amino acid, very high, and then it's very good. Also have the magnesium, calcium, and the iron, then the zinc. I say the mineral zinc. Okay. Not to talk anymore because someone do not like this the mutton. Okay, now to the final one. Because before I already to mention my student to say that the meal, if you eat the meat, the priority. The first is about the fish, second is about chicken, third is about the beef, and then if no choice, select the pork. The pork must have the lean pork. Once again, lean pork. Okay, they have the 20% composition. They have the about also 20 grams mass, and also the amount is very high. Just say very high, but not close. Very high, even some close. Okay, and then they have the meal about the functions. Okay, now you know that how recommend the best protein. Okay, once again, best is about the soybean, second is about the egg, third is about the meal, and then fourth is about fish, and then the shrimp, and then chicken, duck, lean beef, the lean mutton, and the lean pork. All these top 10 I don't recommend to you. Okay, one more thing. Now I produce a music video. You can watch the video for the nature to enjoy your eye, and then to listen the music. It's very romantic or very quiet or calm down to try to relax, try to clear with. No matter you are on cycling machine or the running machine or before sleeping or anytime, any place, please enjoy my music video. Okay, this music video, I later will show a link to you. This link you can refer this to enjoy. Okay, and then next chapter to talk about of course, to talk about the best protein powder. Okay, next chapter to talk. Okay, please give me a like. I'm very even today. Again, please share this channel to your friend and family, and then of course please subscribe. Tell your friend to subscribe. Please subscribe, like the right side button bell. Okay, see you next. Bye.